Hey Team Fireflies, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and the last couple of days have helped you feel restored and ready for the holiday season. So we have a big holiday coming up in just a couple of days, so I wanted to share a few thoughts that have been useful for my clients in the past and that I hope are useful to you now and going forward in your nutrition journey. So personally, I have gone into the holidays with a lot of different attitudes that I feel like were unrealistic at the time. And I've heard this from quite a few clients too, where if you're on a weight loss journey or on a journey where you're trying to be more nutrition focused for your eating habits, then going into Thanksgiving or the Christmas season saying, I'm not gonna partake in any of the holiday things. I'm not gonna overeat. I'm not gonna have any of the desserts. I'm not gonna have any of the extra things. It's a really unrealistic way to approach the holiday. And oftentimes going into the holidays with that feeling, even if you succeed at that, you end up leaving the holiday season with a lot of regrets, either regretting the things that you didn't partake in and the people that you didn't hang out with because you were avoiding those challenging situations, or going through the holidays and in partaking in them, and then at the end of it you're feeling regret because you partook in all of those different things. So my number one goal as a coach is to help you set realistic expectations for yourself that will help you feel the best and look back on the holiday season with joy and happiness rather than regret and guilt. So in order to do that, we need to talk about what are the specific ways to approach the holidays to leave with that good feeling. And the first thing that I would say is set yourself a realistic expectation. So when you go through Thanksgiving specifically, I don't want you to say that you're not going to eat all of the different foods. I don't want you to say that you're going to run a 10K that morning, because on the one hand, having movement in that day is a great thing to do because it helps you feel better and more in control of your nutrition throughout the day. But I never want you to think that you need to pay for your foods with exercise, or that your exercise will allow you to have other specific foods. So let's just get that out of our minds. Exercise should be for the sake of exercise. It should be fun, it should be beneficial to your future, and it shouldn't be guilt involved at all. And nutrition should be the same way. When you partake in certain foods, you should choose them because you're going to enjoy them. If you don't enjoy them, then stop eating them. If you have chosen something because somebody else guilted you into it, then take a tiny bite, your no thank you bite, and then move on. We do not need to consume a large amount of food just to satisfy someone else's need for validation, okay? Your body, your choice. Anyways, so going into Thanksgiving, I want you to think about what's the most important thing to you about the day. Is it the food? Is it overeating? Is it ending the day with your pants unbuckled and then the next day feeling like you have to roll out of bed because you're still so heavy from it? Or are there other elements of Thanksgiving that you really enjoy? For example, spending time with your family, maybe doing a puzzle, playing cards, talking, walking. There are hundreds of other things that you can enjoy about the day that don't necessarily focus on the food. If there are specific foods that you are looking forward to on Thanksgiving or for that season, then that's okay too. We just want to eat those in moderation so that we can enjoy them but not overindulge in them. I typically set up my plate to look a very specific way. So I always start with my protein. I want it to be a large portion of my plate. And then I look at my vegetables. We have a lot of vegetables on Thanksgiving that are covered in fats and sauces and goos and in casseroles and stuff. So they don't quite follow the typical vegetable rule that I would have. But if you have a clean vegetable like steamed broccoli or green beans without extra butters and things on them, then I would say go ahead and throw a large amount of those on your plate too. They'll help you feel more full. And then the other items that you really like, let's just take a small portion of each of those, or whichever ones you like, and then enjoy them. If you want a second portion, wait 10 to 15 minutes, have a bunch of water, maybe cleanse your palate with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and then you can go back for the next meal and have those items a second time if you really still feel like you need more of that in your life for that day. So the main point of this whole thing is I've given a couple of different hidden strategies in there, but I really want you to focus on what is the most important thing for you in the day. Is it the food? Is it the people? Is it the spending time? Is it the alcohol? Is it whatever that element is? I want you to focus on that and then set your other guidelines for behavior around that. So for me, the time that I spend with my family is the most important thing. So I'm going to try and choose foods that will allow me to feel full in the moment and not snack a ton. But ultimately, I'm not there to eat 4 portions of the food. I'm there to spend time with my family. So anytime I find myself thinking about more food, I'm gonna try and distract myself by talking to somebody or engaging with somebody, or maybe bringing out a card game or something so that I can be more involved with the person and less thinking about food. Another thing that anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to just focus on that. So that's the first step that I would take in making your holiday feel great. For more videos like this, message me with any of your questions and I'll start sharing topics that are specific to what you're going through in your holiday season and your life, and hopefully we will get you through this without any guilt and progress towards your goal. So have an awesome holiday and I will talk to you soon.